Okay, so here is my complete planner ecosystem for this year. I kind of had to lay it this way because they're all different depths, and I was trying to figure out how best to get them all in frame, so I'm pretty zoomed out from my desk, but here it is. They're not for, all of them are not for every day, but they are all a part of my ecosystem for 2026. And I'm going to go through them one by one, and I'm going to actually go in order with how I do my routine for in the morning. So let's start there. All right, let's put it all together. I was going to use this microphone, but I think I'm just going to leave it. Okay. All right, so let's start with the very first part of my morning sessions. First, I truly start with a year with Jesus, which I love. I'm on day 7 now. Well, day 8 tomorrow. I'm recording this midday. I do 5 minutes of that, and then my first journal goes into my best case scenario journal. This is an A5 Maduri with the plastic cover on it. I love Maduri notebooks. I don't really want to share what's in here because obviously it's super personal, but this is just the grid notebook, and I just write in there my best case scenarios just to get my day started with very sharp, positive focus, because you know, clarity is absolutely everything. So that's technically number 2 thing I do in the morning. Okay, so up next I have this intentional planner that I got from Wild House Paper. This is the second part of my morning session. I basically come in here and get reacquainted with my intention for the year, for the day. I like this one. This one also has personal things in it, but so it starts off with like the month, overview, and then it goes into going through that intention for the month, and then it goes into daily. So I just use this to write the top 3 things to put me in a great mood, because my intention is just to be a happier person. I feel like no matter the goals I have, having that intention is incredibly powerful for magnetizing my goals. And it stays in the sleeve, which I absolutely love. Up next, I have my hours research journal. So it basically is like a journal that a lot of Japanese kids, correct me if I'm wrong, use to over their summer or spring break to basically go through what they're researching each day. I'm using this one particularly for my businesses to make sure that I'm doing at least 1 or 2 things daily towards my bigger business goals. So I like the layout here. It keeps it pretty simple. I just have it split up with my different businesses and making sure that I'm keeping up with that, and just helps me kind of like, you know, keep everything on track. I actually liked this year's theme, which is the fortune, which is great for business, right? Who doesn't want a fortune from their business? It also has other sections in the back, like keeping track of gifts you get and business cards you get. And yeah, I have all those different things marked out, as I said in earlier videos, to make sure I come back to them, and it's actually been helping. So yeah, that is another good one here. Next up, I have this Alanet cover that has 2 of my weeks. One is from Overthinking. This one is actually from Kinbor, which I got from AliExpress, believe it or not. I actually love it. It's pretty similar, different paper, obviously. I put tabs in it, and then I just like, you know, kind of brief out what I'm going to do on YouTube on my short form and long form content. So that's what I just schedule out each week, like days I'm going to film, what I'm going to talk about, things I want to make sure I mention, and even just the structure of the videos like this one and the way I'm recording it. But it's super cute. This cover really was meant for one, but it fits two perfectly because look how much space you would have left with just one in there. It would be kind of ridiculous. Also love the outside pockets, and I'm using those for the stickers that I use for my 2 different weeks. So in the morning, this is the one I look at just to make sure if I have like a to-do list on things I should record for YouTube and my short form social media, to make sure that I remember to add that to my general to-do list for the day. We'll come back to this one because this one is part of my nighttime routine. Now switching to the nighttime routine. All that initially was just for the, for my morning session. So that's the most intense because usually by the end of the day, I'm just kind of mentally done and I just want to process. And that's exactly what this one is for, is just strictly processing. Without showing too much detail, here is some of that. And so I've literally just been doing a page a day at night, trying to make it earlier so I can actually sleep on time and not just being, too tired to fully flesh out and process my emotions. But this has been helpful so far. It's my first year really doing a page a day, and I am super excited to use it. It is the A5 Han with the Little House theme. That I have a personal tie to the Little House theme, not from this author, but like, My Little House, which I love. And so this is the Han. I didn't want to get a separate cover for it because I already have so much going on, so I love it so far. I also use this page, let me get into it. I also use this page to just keep track of my habits that I want to create, making sure I do my morning sessions, 5 minutes of Jesus, my workout days, just kind of keeping a track. I started using like a dot tool for that, but I don't know if it's really helping. But either way, I thought that was a really cool use of this monthly page. I haven't figured out what I would want to use this this month page. I just used for my social events, but I still haven't figured out what I would use the weekly review for. Probably nothing because I feel like I have enough going on. Maybe a mood tracker. I'm not 100% sure, but I guess it's supposed to be like keeping your work schedule or something, but all my work schedule, I prefer for it to be detailed and online so I can get reminders. So I don't really think I'll have a use for this part. Next is this last part of my evening routine. This is my second to last part of my evening routine. I basically just use the monthly pages to document junk a day, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm also taking a photo a day, but I think I'm going to use one of my other planners, maybe the Hobonichi month page. Yeah, I'll use the Hobonichi month page to keep track of my photo a day, and then for my for my social events, I'll just probably keep it in my second week's, the red one with the flower on it. I don't think I necessarily need to use the Hobonichi one. Probably makes more sense there anyway. So that's my junk a day so far. Now coming back to this kit, this is my weeks that I am using to keep track of my gratitude every day, like things I'm grateful for, as well as my to-do list for either business, home improvement, and personal. This is what this week looks like so far. Obviously, I forgot to fill that out yesterday, but I went to sleep early. I actually did my daily processing in my Hobonichi Han this morning. If I don't do it that night, I just do it the next morning. Maybe I've processed a little better. So I use that there. And then here in the back, I also keep a personal backlog, because sometimes honestly it's so overwhelming to have so much to do. And I think this is the first year I've actually like fully broken down all my goals into daily tasks, and holy moly, there is a lot to do. And so it's been humbling. And I will reassess every 12 weeks, you know, doing a 12-week year. So let's see how I feel about this entire system by the end of the quarter. But so far so good. I think I just need to keep moving forward. But anyway, so that's the last part of my daily routine. This is an honorable mention of a journal I found at World Market when I was just like shopping around for snacks. I think it's a good book for me to use on Sundays, because Sundays are usually my self-care days. So I have used it a little bit this first Sunday of the year, and I do like it. So I will just, you know, slowly but surely keep working through it. I have all year to use it. And it'll be a Sunday activity when I feel the need to express and reconnect with my body and continue to feel positively about my body. So yeah, that's that. So this is just an honorable mention, but definitely not part of my daily schedule. All right, so I just wanted to show how all my books look up here. I'm actually gonna add this one up here. So I basically have them all here between two bookends, and that way I remember they're there. And I also put, like, you know, the labeler to make sure that I remember what each one is for. And I'm sure as the year goes on that I won't need as many reminders, but it's just still great to see that there. And you know, I try to keep them in order, so I can start from here all the way down throughout the day and go from there. So, hopefully you guys, and also, by the way, this is above my desk, so I get to see it every day. Make sure I do not slip and forget about this routine that is actually already changing my life. So we'll see. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully this inspired your own collection and just helps you think through like what you want to do as well. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions in the comments about any of the journals I showed you today. But this is generally my 2026 ecosystem. Thanks. Bye guys. Bye.